Greetings, YouTube model train people. In this video, we will be installing a basic decoder setup in an Atlas Classic GP7. And here's the decoder I'll be using, the DH165K0 or O, whatever. I did actually get started without you. I have never taken one of these apart before, and so it took me a little bit to get it figured out, but I'll run through you here. I will run through it with you here right now. So I did end up taking the couplers off, but you don't have to. Basically, to get the cab off, there are 3 snaps here and at the back. That's the easy part. The difficult part is these handrails. 5 different places you have to get these handrails disconnected. So these 2 that go into the pilot, this one and this one, were fairly easy. But these ones on the side here, these 2 and this one right here were quite difficult. I did a little bit of damage on the paint on these. I'm going to have to touch up the paint just a little bit. But the way I managed to get these out is I grabbed kind of with my fingernails like that, and I twisted back and forth as I pulled it out, and I was able to get it out. As I don't know if you can see, I did a little bit of damage to the paint on this one, but that's fine. I've got the right color. I will I'll get that sorted before I put it all back together again. So the factory light board we have here is fairly basic. It's just a couple of diodes. I'm not quite sure what this is, maybe a capacitor, and 2 of these like orangey amber LEDs. And then there are 6 connections we need to remove. 2 wires for this truck, 2 wires for this truck, and then 2 wires for the motor. Okay, now that the wires are all disconnected, you just squeeze in on these tabs and it comes right off. And the new decoder just fits on like that. So rather than use the clips to put the new wires back on, I am going to solder these. And this decoder has these extensions that stick out here. That's for if you use it on a Stuart locomotive. They have much shorter wires. So I'm just going to go ahead and take those off. Okay, so making the motor connections, I hooked the red wire up to this side and the black wire up to this side. This is correct if you want the short hood, which is this way, to be the forward direction of travel. And I figure since this has got the F on this side, that's probably the way they meant it to be. If you would like the long hood to be normal forward, then reverse these the opposite way. Okay, now onto the headlights. If we look inside the shell, you can see that it's got these big light tubes right here that go out to the headlights. Now I could probably remove that and put incandescent bulbs like I typically do, and I may end up doing that, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and do LEDs like they had. So this particular decoder has resistors built in. You can hook LEDs directly to these pads, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to And if you look in the directions, this side is positive here, and this side is positive here. So the long lead of the LED, and I am using, here are the specs on the LEDs that I'm using. Okay, so I went ahead and soldered 2 LEDs on either side. This one right here, these wires, let's see if I can zoom in. The leads on this LED are getting a little close to some of the circuitry here, so I'm going to just go ahead and protect all that with a piece of tape. And there, I think I've got it pretty much in the same location that the factory lights were in. So let's go see how that works. Okay, so here it is on the track. The light. So I will probably come back later and add a rotating beacon. I don't have any more right now, so I'm gonna order some here fairly soon. So I'll probably add a rotating beacon, and at the same time, I will probably do the number boards separate and add some classification lights. So for now, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for watching. If you want to see me do more decoder installs coming up in the future, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I've also been working on the diorama here some, and I'm probably going to start another video series on that like I did last year. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.